Today, we are here with the Call of Duty Black Ops 4 cast, the episode 20 special.
Episode 20 special, boys. This one's been a long time coming.
We're here. You waited for it. We know everyone's excited.
Yep. Mostly us.
Mostly us, but we're fucking here for the BO4 cast.
Special edition podcast.
2 hour long. Hopefully.
Probably.
Yeah. Something around there is the plan.
It'll be longer than normal for sure.
Longer than normal.
We got a lot to talk about.
We got a lot to talk about because it is Black Ops 4, which is, what do you want to call it? The biggest what?
Waste of potential.
I don't know if waste of potential. I don't know if I want to call it because
the biggest disappointment, maybe.
Perhaps.
Because I think even with Vanguard, nobody had expectations for Vanguard.
Everyone was like, 1 year?
Yeah.
What? And then it was over.
Yeah, Black Ops 4 had expectations behind it. I feel like we're getting ahead of ourselves a little bit.
Whatever. It's the Black Ops 4 cast, boys.
Yeah.
We're excited. We know you're excited.
Yes, sir.
And we're running it.
Yeah, so I say we just jump right into things.
We jump right into things.
So you've already seen the title.
You saw the title.
We've made it something like
I don't
I assume we're going with.
I'm excited. I've never done that before. I've never done you saw the title, guys.
Yeah.
Which is something I've never had the chance to do.
Yeah,
so
it's fun. It's BO4,
you saw the title.
you know what this is about. BO4. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. That's it. That's the podcast.
And then it's 2 hours of black screen.
2 hours of dead silence.
There are kids outside the door. I'm getting real close with the mic now.
That scared me, dude. There's like children talking. Dude, Samantha's angry.
That's
with
crazy, bro. Samantha was like, "It's terrible."
Stop talking.
She
good
went
about
right
BO4.
down to the comments, just like you should.
Leave a comment, everyone. Help us out in the algorithm.
Leave a comment. BO4 is a good zombies game.
Yeah, dare I say, that I'm gonna drop a hot take right now.
I'll kill you. Don't fucking do it.
BO4, as of right now, this is probably going to change over time. Stuff rotates for me.
Yeah.
As of right now.
Yeah. To be clear, with every opinion that we've ever had, there is a solid to good chance that the next week of the podcast we will no longer have that opinion.
Yeah, like stuff has changed for me a lot. Like Black Ops 2 had its moment for being. Black Ops 1 had its moment. Black Ops 3 has been the number one. That's not going to change.
Black Ops 3 will never change.
Cold War, I think, is pretty solidly at the number 2.
Cool. Fine.
As of right now, Black Ops 4 is the number 3.
Whoa!
As of right now, Black Ops 4 is the number 3.
That's crazy.
Like I said, it's subject to change. It won't last, but right now, Black Ops 4 is my vibe. I'm fucking with it. It's the number 3.
That's crazy that you just said that. Give me your thoughts on that in the comment section down below.
Yeah, so I wanted to save that. I wanted to hit everyone with that because I thought it would be a fun thing to just drop right at the start.
That's crazy. I don't stand by that.
Yeah, I know.
In fact, I have it 2 spots lower.
Yeah, I wonder what the other games are that are above it for you.
Yeah.
AW and IW.
Damn right. No, actually. World War II.
Oh.
And I include Extinction. But so, BO4 is a good zombies game.
Yeah.
It's a good zombies game. And it's something that we've talked about before. Not on the pod, but outside of it.
Yeah.
Is that I think that BO4 has a lot, as it's weird because it's an entire game that I'm comparing to a single map, is a lot of similarities to Zetsubou no Shima. And to a lesser extent, Shadows of Evil. Right? And that Zetsubou had a terrible launch.
Yeah, no, there's a reason why people don't like it. It's because it had an awful start.
Because the start was so terrible, people played it, were like, what the fuck? And then only focused on the negatives from that moment on. And that's the thing that's happened to BO4. And I think BO4 did a lot of good things.
Yeah, see, the thing that I keep thinking about with BO4 when I play it is like it's almost a great game.
It's almost great.
There's so much good stuff in there, but there's enough stuff that's just like, why did they do that? What's going on here? What was this decision? What's up with this?
And we'll get into it later. But that what were they doing decision was continuing the Ether storyline.
Not even continuing
not
it, but
even
just
continuing.
yeah. There's a lot of stuff that went into it. We'll get into that more. Because that's like a pretty big thing with BO4.
So just to give you a quick little layout, real quick, and what we're gonna do is, are we gonna go broader first?
Yeah, we're gonna have like just a big overarching discussion.
So we're gonna have initially the broader. What the fuck happened here?
Yeah.
50,000 people used to live here. Now it's a ghost town, and now it's under control of Russia. So,
fucking Christ, man! This is a comedy podcast.
This is a Comcast.
Just like your life. Comcast.
So we're gonna have the discussion on what happened, what didn't work overall, what did work, and then we're gonna circle into map by map.
Yeah, well, and then we'll just start with the overall, I almost just like repeated what you said.
But yeah, which is why we opened with BO4 is a good zombies game.
Yeah, because I genuinely think that despite all of its flaws, all of the issues, and the very poor year that it had,
terrible year,
it has a lot to offer as a zombies game.
I'd say it's the worst year of zombies.
The worst year in the spotlight, yeah. Where it was the main Call of Duty.
The worst Treyarch year of zombies.
Well, it used to be the worst year of Treyarch zombies.
We don't listen. I'm not
it has to count. You have to include it because it is Treyarch zombies.
Yes, but I won't. Moon is still the worst zombies map. I don't care that Darren Fong is worse. I don't care that Treyarch made it. I don't care.
Darren Maledicta is even worse, I think, than Darren Fong.
Sure. Phone just buzzed.
Sick.
So let's have the broader BO4 discussion. Then BO4 is a good game. It did a lot of good things. Say your stuff. You talk for a little bit because this is why you're the successful YouTuber and I'm not. You can vocalize your opinions better.
Yeah, that definitely helps.
I know how I feel about games, but I have a really hard time saying them. And you, just like every other YouTuber alive, can like write a list down and talk. That's why your questions are better than mine.
Yeah, that's true.
Because you're just better at that.
Yeah, so
go and I'll feed off of you.
BO4 has some good stuff. So first of all, let's just talk about the chaos in the room. Like the chaos.
It's sad.
Yeah, but we're starting with the positives here. Chaos is like a really interesting storyline.
Yeah.
It was
me saying it's sad is that it's sad that we're not doing it anymore.
Yeah, like it just got completely dropped and ignored, which is a terrible tragedy. All of Black Ops 4 is a terrible tragedy because like
But now I know. It's a comedy. Just like our podcast. And just like the internet service Comcast. The Chaos storyline is good.
Yeah, Chaos. I enjoy the characters of Chaos. I enjoy the settings of Chaos and just the general
except
like.
For that guy. Fuck that guy.
Scarlet Rhodes in the first couple of maps is annoying, and then I like Shaw. I think Shaw is pretty cool.
I hate that motherfucker.
No, Shaw's funny. He's got some really good quotes to him. The characters are interesting though. They're enjoyable to play for me.
Yeah,
all of the Chaos maps are. All of the Chaos maps are solid.
Or they're decent. However, just because I threw it out an episode ago, 2 episodes ago.
I don't think you didn't actually say it. You alluded towards it.
I said BO4 includes the most overrated zombie map.
I don't know if you even specified it was BO4, but
no, I did. Because
okay.
I was like, you want to drop a spoiler? And then
yeah.
9.
Yeah, 9 is like like the fan favorite other than Ancient Evil.
Yeah, and I think it's mid. I think it's like mid. Like also more hot takes. We enjoyed Voyage a lot.
Yeah, we'll get to that more when we dive into the map specific stuff. But I think that Voyage is a great map.
We really enjoyed Voyage. We haven't played it a whole lot, but we really enjoyed what we played.
Yeah, it was probably the most fun game that we had on all of BO4.
Yeah.
We played one.
I don't know. Actually, yesterday was really fun.
That's true. This game's chalked, bro.
This game's chalked, bro.
It's chalked.
It's chalked. That was crazy.
I can't believe we got that set up.
Do you want to give context?
Yeah,
a
we'll
little
give
bit?
context. So we're playing a little bit of classified. We're going for a hardcore world record.
So what we've learned: no one uses information. No one do it. Okay. Cool. The BO4 co-op hardcore records are incredibly underutilized.
Yeah,
From
very-
from
very-
what we can tell
Very
so far.
underplayed categories.
So we were like,
Hey,
I mean-
maybe we could get a world record.
I mean, like,
Could
we'd
cop
have
one.
like not like a weird challenge world record, but like a what is the highest round ever achieved, just like on this game mode,
Yeah.
which is like on the menu. It's not like we're pulling anything. So we were doing that. We just had a game that like on round 30 or it's like 26, 27. We were not set up at all. I had
Yeah.
no points, no perks, and no salvo.
Yeah.
And we if we were to have recorded and submit that game, we'd be 6th in the world.
Yeah, we played to round 50, which is crazy.
Yeah, and then
Like Jack, like up until round 30, Jack was just hitting the box, trying to we both kept going down.
also in the beginning of the game. In the beginning, so the idea is that, or what we were functioning with was that Sky would have the Howl and the Salvo, and I would have the Trebuchet and the Salvo. And early in the game, I got the Howl, and then Sky went knife it, so I could pick it up. I just didn't. I picked it up.
He just grabbed it.
I forgot.
And then
Also, in the game before, so the day before, we had played a game. We made it around 48, which would also be 6th in the world, but now it's our 6th in the world is better. And I picked up monkeys on without really realizing that I would no longer have my Wraith Fires, and that was not great. And then I did it again today, and I just screamed, "End the game! I threw the game, take it away!" And so we ended the game, went to the next one, and then and this guy was a little bit frustrated with me, and then I immediately picked up the
Howl when
the
I
Howl
was gonna get it.
when he was gonna get it.
Yeah, because we had like slightly different perk setups and stuff. We were trying to like
trying
do different
some new
roles.
strats.
Yeah,
And-
just like messing around, seeing what would work.
Yeah, we're
And
talking about
then-
this for too long. I want to talk about BO4 as a game more. It's good.
It's it's a solid game. Chaos does a lot of interesting things. All of the settings. See, something for me was like I was never initially able to get into it because it just like the initial idea of it didn't really grab me. The settings didn't really do anything for me. But after playing them and experiencing them, it's like a whole different thing. Like everything is super cool.
Well, I'm sure it's been said to death, but we'll say the issues on why Chaos failed because of very legitimately the order of how they released the maps.
Yeah.
Because everyone wanted the end of Ether, and then they proceeded to kill Richtofen. Kill him dead. And then give us 2 maps completely unrelated.
Yeah, like
Which was nuts.
The biggest problem with BO4 and the way that it released was the fact that they tried to finish off Ether and continue that storyline while also starting a new storyline at the same time.
Yes, but and then like in the middle of Richtofen dying. And the end of the story, which was 2 maps. I think canonically 3, but 2 maps.
Yeah.
They stopped for 6 months and gave us different maps, which is objectively stupid.
Insane. Unhinged.
Unhinged, like that guy.
Yeah, and also something else with like the release order. Dead of the Night was the first DLC map for BO4. That was supposed to be a launch map.
Yeah.
We were supposed to get Dead of the Night and Voyage of Despair. And then that would have worked because you would have gotten Dead of the Night. It would have been the unique crew of characters. And then the ending cutscene after the Easter egg sets up like Scarlet and then their new crew. And that like sets up the whole storyline. And then Voyage of Despair is their first time being together as that crew. So you get to experience them together. And that's like the start of that and the start of the storyline. And then you have the context from Dead of the Night. And then after that, you go into 9, which follows from Voyage. That would have been the first DLC. And then you go into Ancient Evil.
I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. To be clear, I have no idea what he's saying.
Yeah, I mean,
Maybe.
you don't even have to like
Talk
know story
your shit.
stuff. You don't even have to know like the story stuff to just know like Dead of the Night is what was supposed to introduce the story, and then Voyage continues it, 9 continues it. What we got instead was you have Voyage of Despair, which, like, is after the story's been started, so you're dropped in without the context of some stuff, and then you've got 9, which continues, and then you go backwards to Dead of the Night.
Is that actually what happened?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah.
The release order got, like, screwed up somehow. I don't know what exactly happened, but they dropped the ball is what happened. They dropped the fucking ball.
So just for a little information on at least how I understood BO4, right, when it was coming out, is that it came out and it was like, that screen's pretty blue. You know?
Yeah, that was...
And there's text on the screen, like, in the middle of the game.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
Because the game would just crash all the time, to be clear. And,
That was pretty bad. The performance on launch was atrocious.
It was atrocious. And, then I was like, what's this chaos shit? I want to know what's happening. And Richtofen just died. This is something that me and Kat talked about. I will remember Richtofen dying. Like, watching it for the first time for a while. I was going to just like a place, like some place where like shit happens. I'm not gonna say because I don't think he wants shit. But I was going to a place and then like Sky DM me going, a cutscene just came out for Blood.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, word?
Hey, yo?
And then proceeded the best cutscene we've ever had.
Yeah.
Stand by it. Stand by it.
Yeah.
Shit map, shit egg. The best cutscene.
Absolutely, yeah.
Holy fuck. Goddamn.
Yeah, the emotional beats in that are really strong.
Yeah, and it fucking hit me. And I was like, holy shit. He was trying so hard. You try hard, idiot, troll. But so, I'll remember that. And then they proceeded to release things that I just didn't care about. Because, like, I didn't have time to put down the Ether storyline and pick up Chaos.
Yeah. And then something else that they did with the launch of BO4, which I think was a mistake, was giving us 4 maps.
It's a lot of maps.
I think that was a mistake because it meant, like, what do you play? What do you start with? What do you do? It becomes almost... It's overwhelming. It's too much.
Too much. I agree.
You have to, like, dedicate yourself to one of those maps right at the start. You have to kind of, like, pick one. Because you can't just play all of them and learn all of them right away.
Yeah. Like BO3 did a great job of, on launch, one of them was a DLC map, of course, but giving us the Giant and giving us Shadows. Shadows being the put your time and effort into this map.
Yeah.
Learn it, figure it out. And then the Giant being, it's a vibe. Hop on.
Sit down, shoot some zombies, fuck around.
Vibe.
Easy shit.
You know?
Yeah.
Which is, like, great. Like, that's
optimal.
That's optimal. And then they just threw fucking everything at the wall and went, play it. And we were like, what?
Yeah.
Richtofen just died.
Yeah.
What?
With BO4, they were just like, all right, we've got the Titanic and then a Gladiator arena and also Alcatraz. We're going back there and also Classified. We're going
Alcatraz
back to 5 for some
and
reason.
the Pentagon and also the Titanic and then a Gladiator arena. And now this guy that you like is bled to death in front of you.
And also, something else that we forget about with Classified, new and old characters are meeting now. The Primus and Ultimus crews are
However,
together.
we didn't know that on release. Because
it was impossible
because you couldn't get to it because the fucking game was broken.
Yeah, the Classified Easter egg is get to round 150 and then you get the cutscene.
Which with the viability of getting to that round being possible is sick.
Yeah, the idea of that is great. Just giving that gives the high round community thing.
Gives them something because
they have the thing
because otherwise there has never been an incentive
other than just to do it for the sake of doing it.
Good job, buddy. You made it to round 138. You know.
Yeah, they gave high round players a thing.
Gave them a thing, which is sick.
Which, like, if it had worked on launch and people were able to make it to those high rounds, the first person who would have gotten that cutscene was gonna be some like dedicated high rounder who grinded up to that point.
Just some guy.
And then they would have gotten that cutscene, and then it would have been big, and they would have gotten like a nice boost from it. The idea of that's really cool.
Yeah, but it didn't work. and then it came out when it got leaked, right?
I think so. Yeah, it got leaked out because the game was still broken for so long.
And then they fucking fired Blundell, which is nuts.
He's out of here. Remember those rumors where people were like, Blundell's a crazy alcoholic now. He's depressed.
Yeah. And then he showed up on JC's stream, which was sick.
Yeah.
That was sick. I love Blundell.
Blundell's cool. Now he's got his own like game studio and shit.
Which I'm really excited for. I will buy the Deviation Games game.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, I'm gonna buy it because I love Blundell because he's just cool, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, but going back to BO4, you've got all this crazy shit. You've got all of this stuff. It's just too much.
Just too much going on.
Like, now that the game is fully out, having 8 maps there to play is a nice selection. It's good.
Good.
Gives you a good amount of content to dive into, a good diversity of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But on launch, having those 4 maps is just not good. It's just not what you want.
Let me give you something.
What are you going to give me? What you got?
I say here's what they do. I say here's what they should have done. Game comes out. You got 9? No. Dead of the Night.
Yeah, Dead of the Night, because that's where the
You
story
got Dead of the
starts.
Night.
Yeah.
And then I say they switch it. They'll do some shit to make it work because it doesn't work canonically. But you got 9 and you got Classified.
Okay.
Dead of the Night. And Classified.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And that's what they come out on launch.
Yep.
And then your first DLC is Blood and Voyage, both on DLC 1. DLC 2, you've got Alpha, Omega, and 9, right?
Yeah, that would be the next map.
Hold on, how many Chaos maps are there? Just 4?
Yeah, there's 4 of each. So next it would be Ancient Evil, probably, and then Togder Totem.
Yeah.
Now, here's where I'm going to disagree with you on this. I think what we should have gotten...
Actually, hold on, no, never mind. Quick rectification.
Yep.
After Alpha Omega, DLC 3 is Tog. DLC 4 is Ancient Evil.
Okay.
That's my because I think that builds both of them, gives everybody time to kind of do both, enjoy what's happening and concluding in Ether, and then also what's building up in Chaos, and then allowing everything to happen all together, which I think is good, and I don't think it's overwhelming. However, you give me what you're gonna say.
Yeah, now that I think would have been better if we're sticking with a 1-year cycle. Optimally, what should have happened is we should have gotten the Aether story first. We should have gotten all of those maps.
Yes.
It should have just been straight Aether. Finish out the story, and then big surprise, big reveal, 1-upping Zombies Chronicles 2. Oh my god. There's a whole new fucking storyline. Holy shit. Year 2 Black Ops 4 Zombies.
Yes,
oh my god.
Yeah,
full new DLC season.
That's cool.
Another set of maps.
That's cool. However, I am working within the parameters of what we were given, and you have made more parameters. So fuck you. You don't win. You lose. You have said it. And then they do more than what they did. And then I'm saying what they did is adjusted a little bit, which is mine. So mine's better. Fuck you. However,
I think you should die.
Cool. You do it a bit cool.
Yeah, that's like in the optimal world. That's what they should have done.
Also, I think in the scenario that they did it like they should have, that's not necessarily like they should have been what I'm saying, but in the way that they didn't kill Richthofen and then wait 6 months for the next map.
Yeah.
That could have been possible, because then there's still hype. Everyone's still like, God damn, Ether's done. Holy shit. And then they go, and guess what? Right?
Yep.
And like no one's expecting it. But because they handled it so poorly, Activision was like, are you fucking kidding me? Treyarch, get this Blundy motherfucker out of the goddamn building.
Out of the picture.
This
No
chaos
more.
shit will never see the light of day again. Until we need assets for something else. We're going back to Cold War. we're going back to Nam, all right? And like it's stupid. It's stupid.
Yeah, it probably got messed up because of Activision meddling in the first place.
It's all Activision
some
meddling.
like bullshit coming in.
Like because the thing is, I think we've said before, and I think that like is true. Like it's been like via quotes and reports true. So like allegedly true.
Yeah.
Is that like they wanted to do chaos.
Yeah, I mean, when you play the game, you can tell that chaos is where the passion went.
They wanted to do chaos. Like
it doesn't. You don't need like quotes or like alleged leaks or anything.
All
you
need
play
to
the
do,
game.
If you want to know what they wanted to do, just get on to Ancient Evil and look
at
around.
No, it doesn't. Not even Ancient Evil. Look at any of the chaos maps versus anything that's not Blood of the Dead, because like. Regardless of how you feel about the map, Blood of the Dead clearly had a lot put into it. There's a lot of passion in it. There's a lot of like cool aesthetic choices and stuff.
But
past that, it's not as great.
But I'm saying, but I think that Ancient Evil is just so well built, and well put together, and it all looks so fucking amazing.
It's a beautiful map.
It's beautiful. It's grandiose, as I said. I think in the last episode.
Sometime.
Recently, it's like grandiose. And you can tell like everything there was built with the ideas of the future, with like just like plans. You can tell that there's like, as we said, I'm not the guy who can kind of just understand this shit on spot and have a conversation about it. My brain doesn't function like that. But I look at Ancient Evil and I know.
Yeah, like you can tell there's more of a story there. Like they set up the story at the end when they're like, "Oh, the Oracle was actually Medusa. Oh shit, big twist." A little bit obvious, I think, but they set that up, and it's like you can tell they're going somewhere, but you don't know exactly where they're going. There's a lot of interesting stuff that they set up. They leave you on a bit of a cliffhanger.
Yeah, and then unfortunately.
And then that's all we get. It was at one of the only times Zombies has had a good ending.
Yeah. But
to like I guess a DLC season, even though it wasn't the ending to the season, it was the ending to the Chaos season.
Yeah, but no, man, just looking at the map, you can tell how much they gave a shit.
Yeah,
how much they cared, but then due to how it was handled, due to how the release was handled, I mean, like
It just got fucked.
It's a weird situation, right? Where it's like they did a really good job, but no one cared.
Yeah.
But it's not the people's fault.
Yeah.
That we didn't care, because like we waited for like BO3 came out in 2015. BO4 came out in 2018. We waited 3 years.
Yep.
Since like they ended Revelations, which at the time was thought to just be the end of Zombies.
Yeah.
And it was like it kind of is, but it kind of isn't, you know?
Yeah, it's like separate timelines, kind of.
But like it could have been the end.
Yeah.
I think it should have been. Personally, I think it should have been. You can disagree? Don't care.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot to it, because I think what Tog does with the ending is great.
I think Tog does a very good job, but I think that I really enjoy the ending of Revelations.
Yeah, there's a hot take for you, by the way, one that we've mentioned before. Tog Der Toten has a really good ending.
It's a really good ending, because it makes sense. It isn't a huge battle, but it makes sense.
Yeah, it doesn't it's better for not being a huge battle.
Like they kill everybody.
Yeah.
It's people don't like it because it's sad.
Yeah, which makes sense. I get it.
Because like a lot of most of Zombies, like at the end of the day, is kind of tied down to like it was your childhood.
Yeah.
Most people who played it as kids. But yeah, just like us. We also played.
You could argue that we're still children who play Zombies.
We still are, even though we live on our own and pay rent. We are still babies.
We are big babies,
And
and I want mommy's milky.
yeah, just like Matt. Ooh, but we can't say it because then she's still like 10 in Tog. And we are talking about Tog, so we can't go. I want Max's milkies when he's a 10-year-old. Also, she was American in Origins. We don't talk about that enough. She's American
And
in
then
Origins.
yeah, it's,
And then
it's
she
weird.
is like aggressively German in Alpha Omega.
and
it's
also
like-
in Classified
And in class, it's like
in
what?
BO4.
And it's like
it's
what?
weird.
What happened? Right? Like she should have just been German because she's German.
Yeah, but
You
then
know?
she's not,
But then she's not, and it's
and then she
weird.
is.
And then she, because she isn't she in like the radios in BO1?
Yeah,
Yeah, and then they made her American. And then back
Weird.
to it's
Weird.
weird. But yeah, so people didn't like the Tog ending because it was people they felt connected to in their childhoods getting shot.
not even all of them shot. Nikolai's the only one who gets shot.
yeah.
The rest of them just get poisoned
They
to
get
death.
poisoned.
Nikolai's like rallying them up for battle. They have one final like meal together, and then they all die when they're going to sleep that night of poison.
Which is crazy.
And that's like it with
And
all the themes and stuff that have been set up and all of like
also
the
with
ideas.
I think the what is fair the distaste of those the cutscenes, just how,
Yeah, just like the budgetary restraints made them have to not do full cutscenes, which really
yeah
didn't help things.
did not, and
I personally didn't mind the style, especially in Tog. I thought for Tog it worked. Alpha Omegas is a little bit uglier,
yeah
just like that whole map.
I don't know
Jesus
I
Christ.
would have preferred seeing them.
I would have preferred the full cutscenes, but I don't mind the other cutscenes as much. But I get it; they're not as good.
But yeah, and like that combined with their childhood, I'm not gonna say heroes because they're
They're boys,
the boys
the boys, the squad.
getting poisoned to death because that's what has to happen.
We're being built up to like this big great battle that's gonna happen, and then they just die.
Yeah.
Then you just have to let go.
Because that's what has to happen.
Yeah, there's no big final battle. There's no grand fight. It follows like all the themes and stuff that was set up in BO3
Yeah,
of like having to let go of your older selves and like
Yeah.
stop all this stuff from happening. There are a lot of like dropped plot threads and stuff. You like Dr. Monty just kind of disappears.
it's all a little messy, but the ending
it's messy, but they worked with what they have or
but,
what
but,
they had.
But
and
with
then,
but the ending itself is good.
yeah, they made it work for all it's worth.
Yeah, I think that's how the ending had to be if you're not gonna end it at Rev.
Yeah.
So
big respect to Treyarch for pulling it
big
back.
respect because that's a hard choice.
Yeah.
That's a hard choice for Call of Duty to say, we are not going to have a huge battle. We are going to die alone in the woods.
Might be the most mature ending Call of Duty has ever had.
Because, like, it's Call of Duty.
Yeah, the big franchise just about, like,
Huge.
guns a-blazing, like,
Right.
just, like, mindless shooting kill shit.
Yeah.
And it's, like, this 10-year-long story arc that we've been going through, all of these characters are dying from poison after being prepped for, like, this big
After
battle.
everything.
After
After a
everything.
legitimate decade. Not in story. A real-life decade
Yeah.
of build. And, like, in preparation for a battle, and they don't. They die alone in the woods.
Yeah, and then the very end too, with like the Ultimus versions of the characters saying what they're gonna do. Is it the Ultimus versions? I don't actually remember. But the characters all saying like what they want to do after everything's over. Like that just hits you, man.
It's crazy.
And then like
I
like
haven't seen the cutscene in a long time, I'll say.
yeah, the only one that I really remember is Dempsey, like
I think that are you because
because Dempsey at the end says something like
wherever you'll be.
wherever I go, I'll be kicking ass.
Yeah, that's at the end where Samantha and Max are Samantha and
Well, yeah,
Richtofen.
all of them, all of the characters at the end get their bit, and that's Dempsey's is the last one, and it's like,
Yeah.
well, I don't know where I'll end up, but you know, wherever I'll be kicking ass, or something to that effect.
And it's like, oh,
It feels like that's a fourth wall break, even like he's just talking to the player, like
it isn't exactly a fourth wall break, but it's like very aggressively, we're gonna make you sad.
Yeah, and it
And
fits
and
with, it fits
and
with
it
Dempsey
works.
too.
That's the thing. If it was anyone else, it's a bit much, you know.
But Dempsey's had this. This has been his thing for 10 years.
But because he breaks the fourth wall, he is allowed to go like cross the line of being too much.
Yeah,
Trying
and
to
it
make
makes
the
the
person
moment
watching sad.
it makes the moment more emotional. Like he's just it's
Yeah.
almost like he's just talking to you. Like
I'm gonna I know we talked about wanting to get other YouTubers on the podcast, but fuck other YouTubers for making fun of JC crying because he had every right. He had every goddamn right. That shit made his life.
yeah, nothing wrong with being attached to a franchise and getting emotional at the ending of it.
Like-
you fucking dorks.
Like he now works directly under the guy who built it.
Yeah.
Like he's in that spot because of those people, and
Yeah.
then now they made fun of him for crying. Fuck you.
Yeah, no, it was a really powerful ending, and then something else, which is something that I never would. A lot of my observations are
what-
things that I've gotten from
you trying to watch it real quick, just so we know what it is, because I kind of want to watch it now. 'Cause
You want to watch it? We'll
Yeah.
put a pause on things, I guess. But I want to give credit. A lot of the observations and stuff that I know about this are things that I've just taken from John Rizzo. He's my
Sick.
boy. He's great. I watched his tag review recently. It's a great video. Great video for a solid map.
Holy shit! It's like 7 minutes long.
Yeah, but I'm gonna steal another thing that he said in his video. An
Someone
observation.
made a fan made one, and it's like actual with shit. I'm not gonna watch
Sick.
it. I don't care.
Yeah, but when you're control at the end, when Sam and Eddie are walking, you have to be the one to walk them forward. Like you move the joystick,
You have to.
and then you have to control them. So it's like you have to be the one to like
To
end the story.
you end it.
You have to. It's like you have to be the one to do it, to give up, to let go of everything that's happened.
It's crazy.
It's a really nice touch. It's a really nice detail. That's it. It's good.
It's
powerful.
It's just crazy how somber the conclusion of a Call of Duty story could be.
And how much it makes sense given everything that's been set up before.
Like
It works.
I'm gonna give it wasn't nearly as long of a story, but like the Modern Warfare story, the original Modern Warfare story, ended with just a massive shootout.
Yeah.
You rushed a hotel in fucking juggernaut suits
Yep.
as the main antagonist for 5 years, like, tries to gun you down, and then you fucking jump into a helicopter, stop him, then shove him through, and then fucking, like, tie a fucking hook around his neck, and then break through glass beneath him as his neck snaps in front of you. And I'll say, it's cool as shit, and I like it.
It goes batshit.
It goes batshit.
It goes batshit.
It's cool, and I love it,
Yeah.
but it's fucking wild.
It's cool because it's batshit. But
Yes.
then you look at that and then contrast it with
Yes, because
all of our heroes are dead now.
and it makes
they-
it like that's what you expect out of Call of Duty.
yeah.
Which I think is fine.
Yeah.
Like, I don't go into a Fast and Furious movie expecting the ending to be like a
powerful emotional hit.
touching moment, because the fucking cars explode.
You know what you're going.
And
you know what
they
you're getting.
pull up with like a Ford in space. Like, we know what's going on.
You know
here.
Fast and the Furious, Call of Duty. You know what's happening.
But apparently not.
Not in Zombies. Zombies is different.
Yeah. Woo.
And we're back.
And we're back. Ah, dude, it's sad.
It's such a great fucking cutscene,
It's
man.
because they do a really good job. Using both characters actually does something really important, I think, which is like giving the somber, like the we know somber characters that are not caricatures, they are people.
Yeah.
And then like giving us the childhood. Oh my God!
Yep.
Wherever I go, I am happy man with vodka.
Yep.
where you're like, oh my god, guys, vodka. Oh my god, he's alcoholic because I died. You know.
Yep, and then it ends on Ultimus Dempsey, which just seems perfect.
Yeah. And it's really good, and we talked about it for too long.
Yeah, we did spend a long time, but it is the end of the Aether story, and it's really good, and I think it's underappreciated by a lot of
effectively
people.
is the end of zombies.
Yeah.
Like, we've started anew, obviously, but it is effectively...
Yeah, I mean, the only ones who carried over are Sam and Eddie, which obviously makes sense. Did you know that Eddie's back in Cold War? Did we ever talk about that?
I knew, I thought so.
Yeah. Yeah, he shows up at the end of the cutscene in Forsaken.
Is he Richtofen?
Pretty much.
I've never seen it. Genuinely, I remember I saw someone doing the Forsaken Easter egg, and I saw the fucking.
All right, BRB.
I'm just skipping to the end of it. There is no BRB.
Okay, I'll just keep going then. Never mind, guys. False alarm.
False alarm. No
but
BRB.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I gotta pull up the cutscene. In the meantime, I do want to start talking a little bit more about specifically the gameplay, because we've talked a lot about like the order of stuff coming out and like.
Oh, that's so weird. Why is she doing that?
I don't know, dude.
They get on the helicopter.
Yeah, Cold War gets a little wacky. I want to get more into like some of the gameplay stuff in BO4 though. I have a lot to talk about.
Who's that man?
Who could it be? Oh, it's the director.
He's walking. Director, what does he direct?
All right, we're gonna get Jack's live reaction first. We'll get into gameplay in a second.
We all see his hair.
He's ruining the audio, so this bit's getting cut now.
We all see the shape of his face, and we're like, "Oh my god, who's that?" Oh shit! It's just about Richtofen.
It's almost Richtofen.
It's almost Richtofen.
I'm pretty sure in that cutscene too, they play like
Redwood Ichtofen.
Shout out Redwood Ichtofen.
It's my boy Redwood Ichtofen.
Oh, that's good. Let's talk about the gameplay of BO4 Zombies.
Yeah.
So this is something that I have a lot to talk about. I think this is the only thing
you call
that
I actually here, but it's mostly you. I don't know what I'm talking about.
This is one of the only things that I actually wrote like any type of notes for the podcast. I don't actually have them with me because I'm dumb and forgot to put them in the Discord. But yeah, with Black Ops 4, there are a lot of weird gameplay decisions. There are a lot of things that I think almost work, and then there are a lot of things that they just don't work. So, look at you scrolling through FanDuel.
I'm not on FanDuel. I'm on ESPN.
Oh, are you sure?
ESPN. Dick.
All right, so the one of the things that I wanted to like focus on when we're talking about this as well, because I think it's pretty interesting, is that a lot of what Black Ops 4 did is stuff that Cold War expanded on. Like a lot of the stuff in BO4 is just stuff that they went further with later on, and it works in Cold War where it doesn't in BO4, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So there's a bunch of stuff like I had the whole list of it. There's a bunch of things like. I'll just go through them. We'll start off with, like, the perks. Both games...
Do you have a notepad of it?
I don't have the notepad, but I have all of them in my head. I know what they are.
Got it.
So, starting off with the perks, both games kind of, like, wanted to eliminate the idea of crutch perks. The idea that you had to, like, be limited on your loadout or, like, you know, have to rely on a certain setup. So, what BO4 did was, obviously, they added, like, the perk loadout system where you, like... pick from a bunch of different perks, you set their locations in the map, and then they all do different things. There's no Juggernog, there's no Double Tap or Speed Cola or anything. All of that's taken out.
Stupid.
Yeah, no, here's the thing. Here's what I'll say. I don't actually hate the idea of this. I don't think the idea is awful on a base level. I think that the idea of getting rid of, like, some of these crutch perks and having more variety and putting them in the loadout, and especially making it so that you can choose where the perks go in the map, is actually kind of interesting. Gives kind of like some choice before you go into a match, a little bit of strategy planning where you can set the perk locations, you can like try and plan out like put cheaper perks at the start, or if there's a perk that you really want to get early on, you can set it at a earlier machine. Just stuff like that, stuff that gives you something extra to think about. I kind of like that. I think that's pretty cool. I think it adds an extra level of strategy and depth to like making your loadout and prepping up for a game. However, boy did they fuck it up, because it's like most of the perks are like really dog shit in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't know what most of them do.
Yeah, most of them just aren't good. They don't feel...
Also, there's a bunch of them.
Yeah, there's a lot of them, which is fine if they all did stuff that was interesting or good, but a lot of them are just like...
Was PhD a DLC perk?
No, PhD was a base perk.
Was Mule Kick a base perk?
Mule Kick was a base perk.
I thought they were both DLC perks.
No, Zombshell was a DLC perk. Bloodwolf Bite was DLC.
Either way, I don't care.
Ethereal Rate, yeah, a bunch of them.
It's weird. So many of them are so irrelevant.
But then some of them are just like insanely good. Like if you run Tortoise, you're just invincible with the shield, which is crazy. That's fucking insane. And then the shield breaks and it like creates an explosion, stuns everything around you. Like it.
The classified high round strat.
Yeah, it's you can do it on probably most maps where you set up a shield and then just like sit at the shield buy and you can just keep getting the shield. And it just completely breaks the game, and it's so broken that it's banned on ZWR, which is a cringe site, but you know it's still like
cringe site, but like reputable, I think.
Used to be reputable, and it still is kind of like the biggest that I know of.
Is there anything else?
There are other smaller sites that I think are like trying to get stuff set up, but they're all like it's hard to get something like that established, you know.
Of course.
So I don't think there's
especially
anything
when zombie world records is already taken.
Yeah. So
world record of zombies is what. Let's make it right now.
Yeah, but
and then we'll put our high rounds on all of them, so we'll have the world records for a little bit.
We'll have the world records for every single map in all of zombies.
Until it takes off, and then we lose, and that's when we sell it. Just like the ZWR guy did. Which,
yeah, but you've got
respect to him for he got his bag.
You've got stuff like Tortoise, which just makes you invincible, and then you've got like what are Dying Wish, which
what the fuck?
Like it just it just gives you like a revive that's on a cooldown. Like you're gonna run that in.
Like
QR, but it just comes back always.
It's just Afterlife, except like. It's on every map.
Yeah, for what reason would you not just have that in your loadout almost always?
I mean, we don't have it.
Yeah, that's why I said almost. There are situations like in co-op games, it makes more sense to run something else sometimes.
But in
solo, there's no reason you're ever gonna not run Dying Wish under any circumstances.
Unless you are playing a no downs game.
If you're going for flawless, yeah.
Unless you are playing flawless, there is no legitimate reason for you to not be running Dying Wish.
Yeah, like they tried to get rid of crutch perks, then they add that, and they didn't nerf it the entire year, and it's still like absurd. And so you just have the same problem where it's like you're just gonna have Dying Wish on every loadout. So you've got that, and then most of the other perks just don't feel very useful. And the problem with that too is it like takes away from like that zombie's progression of like getting perked up and feeling more powerful. It just doesn't feel as good to do that now because most of the perks don't feel like they're doing much for you. It almost feels like you're wasting the slots or wasting the money to get them. You start with all the health that you start with 200 health. You keep that the whole game.
You don't. That's the that's a good point. Is that you don't really gain any power.
There's no sense of progression. You also start with the specialist weapons, which are like the most powerful busted shit in the whole game.
It's crazy.
So it's Black Ops 4. One of its biggest issues is it just lacks that progression.
Yeah, I don't feel any more powerful.
Yeah, like you get a little bit more powerful. You get like the speed cola effect and stuff.
But I don't feel more powerful.
Yeah,
that's it's why I always ran stamina.
Yeah, because it makes a noticeable difference.
You can feel yourself running faster.
Yeah,
and you just feel like you have more.
Yeah,
which may or may not even be true. Like I don't even know if it is the perk you should be running.
I think that in most cases it's a fair perk to run.
But like it feels better.
Yeah.
Time slip doesn't really inherently affect you. It affects things going on around you.
I will say, to be fair, I think Time Slip's a pretty cool perk.
I agree, but I think that it doesn't affect you. It affects things happening around you.
I guess that's true.
Which doesn't make sense because you're drinking a liquid. Why would it fix the things around you?
Yeah, I don't know. That's something that I'm not going to criticize it for too much. I think that Time Slip would work in a different game. Like, if you put Time Slip into Cold War, great perk.
I mean, is it a great perk?
With the upgrade tiers especially, I think it would be a great perk.
Yeah, it could do some cool upgrade shit.
They could do some really cool stuff.
Could they do some cool shit? Hold on. What? Genuine question. What else could they do right now?
I don't want to have this discussion right now.
Cool.
It's something we can talk about another time. I think it would be. I think at some point it would be fun to talk about, like, what could they do with some of the other perks if they brought them into Cold War.
Yeah.
Like Death Perception.
What would this thing do if it was in a different game?
Yeah. That's a good question that can be, like, recurring.
Yeah.
Look at us workshopping future podcast stuff on the podcast.
I love doing that. I think it's really fun.
I do. I enjoy it. It gives a little bit of, like, an inside look for the viewers, you know.
All of them.
Yeah. Well, we'll probably have more for this one. I bet we'll have some people in this one.
I think our title's more attractive.
Look at you fucking lounging.
Just
by
like
the way.
me.
You just don't even care. You're chilling.
What else? What am I saying? You're carrying this part.
Yeah, this is my bit.
I did say ISO, and then I stopped talking for like 5 minutes.
yeah, but that's the perks. And then in Cold War, they have kind of a similar idea of, like, well, we're not gonna have crutch perks anymore because we're just gonna let you have all the fucking perks.
Because every perk is a crutch perk, and also you don't have perk slots.
Yeah, which it goes the opposite direction. It gives you way more options. It keeps that progression of, like, getting Juggernog, and all of the perks do so much crazy shit that you feel a difference with every single one of them.
Every single perk.
Not a single perk in that game will you get it and go, eh.
What about Speed Cola?
Speed Cola absolutely makes a difference. Like, even if
what does it do? Genuinely, like what are all the things that it does? I don't remember.
Speed Cola, I believe, lets you
reload faster. Obviously.
Reload faster. It charges up your special weapon faster.
Okay.
I think it also lets you shoot while sprinting, which is nice.
Yeah, gung ho.
What else
does it not reload very much faster?
Yeah, the reload with Speed Cola. So Speed Cola, it's not a super fast reload increase, but it does make a difference. Like, it helps. I don't actually remember what else Speed Cola does, but, like, the reload, and then the shooting while sprinting, and also the equipment charge up, the field upgrade, I should say, that makes a huge difference. Like, you notice that. You looking it up?
Yeah, I'm looking it up.
Yeah, all the other perks, though, like, everything in Cold War, like, Jug gives you shit ton of extra health, obviously, gives you, like, an extra hit when you're on the verge of death, which is super nice.
Yeah, everything is busted.
Yeah, Elemental Pop gives you the special effects, and they're all super powerful, and you get Electric Cherry, which can always insta-kill, which is crazy. It's super nice, super helpful. You've got PhD Slider, fucking zooming when you slide. It's crazy. You can use it to get out of tough spots, slide into shit.
Nutrition facts about Speed Cola.
What else does it do?
One can contains 0 to 60 calories, 0 grams of total fat, 45 grams of sodium, 2,500 grams of carbs, 100 grams of sugar, and no protein.
Damn.
That's unfortunate. Where the fuck did it go? I clicked on it.
Get the shit. What are you doing? Stupid ass. Dumb fuck. Okay.
In Black Ops Cold War, the perk increases reload speed by 15% when not upgraded. When it upgrades to Tier 1, you switch weapons faster. Tier 2 recharges the field upgrade 20% faster. Tier 3 increases reload speed by 40%. At Tier 4, it repairs barricades faster and settles the mystery box faster.
Oh yeah, it does. Yeah, it does have a bit of time slip in it.
And then Tier 5, the player can fire and reload while sprinting at full speed. So you have Gung Ho. So Tier 5 is just Gung Ho.
Yeah, Tier 5's Gung Ho. I forgot about the mystery box.
So I think that's a good perk, but I think it's like, from everything that I can remember, it's the worst perk.
It's probably it probably is the worst.
But it's a really good perk. In any other game, it's like, my God, bro, that's crazy.
In any other game, you're having that in your loadout, but in Cold War, it's like,
in any other game, it's a crush perk But
Yeah.
but because it's Cold War, it's like
And because there's no perk limit, it doesn't matter. You're gonna get it anyway.
it's so
well,
fun.
no, it's not the worst because Mule Kick and Tombstone exist.
How many high round games have Mule Kick in them?
In Cold War, I mean, I guess Mule Kick is important because of the ammo drops. That helps.
Not, oh, we're talking about in Cold War?
Yeah.
I don't remember this shit.
Yeah, in
Bro,
Cold War
this is
specifically.
all you.
Yeah, Tombstone and Mule Kick are worse in Cold War. But yeah, the Cold War goes the opposite way. It gives you more options, takes out crutch perks, makes everything super OP. So the progression feels way better in that game.
Crafted equipment gains an additional equipment if able. All enemies have a small chance to drop ammo. Stowed weapons slowly refill from stock, so it just kind of reloads for you.
That's the Bandolier tonic ability.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
So
25% chance to keep non-retrievable equipment when used, and your third weapon is recovered when repurchasing Mule Kick, which
is nice.
is
That's
the,
also
is
the that's
is
also
the
the
tonic
tonic
perk from Mule Kick and
Yeah.
BO4.
So
Cold War, BO4.
something that is cool is a lot of BO4, even down to like the perks, what they do, bleeds into Cold War.
It does.
There's so much from BO4 that bleeds into Cold War.
It's because it's a good game.
Yeah, it has good ideas that weren't executed well. So in terms of perks, yeah, there's. I lost it. I started saying something. I didn't.
There's
know, I didn't
too
know where to go.
many. They don't do enough.
Too many. They don't
except
do enough.
for Dying Wish for some reason.
Yeah, like the perks are just they don't feel good. The idea of them is nice, but the way they do the progression in Cold War is a lot better.
Yeah, and then you kind of only have your 4, and they kind of just sit at the bottom of the screen and only light up when you get them.
Yeah.
Which is a little bit cringe for the
It's
HUD.
it's a little bit weird.
Which will transition to the HUD being dog ass.
Yeah, the HUD sucks in this game.
It's fucking terrible.
It's ugly as shit. It's the worst HUD we've gotten in Zombies ever.
Which is it's just crazy. There's so much happening, but also I don't care about any of it.
Cold Wars isn't great, but it's clean. It's simple.
It's clean. Like a lot of them are really simple, which is good. But
Yeah.
in BO4, there's just a shit ton happening, and I don't need all of it on my screen forever.
Yeah.
You know,
A lot of it isn't super relevant information to have, and it's just kind of there.
like I know.
It feels like it takes up a lot of space when it doesn't need to.
Yeah,
Stuff that doesn't need to take up space is taking up space.
And then they like changed shit, like from like BO3 when you have elixirs in BO4 and gums in BO3. The gum only pops up on your screen in BO3 when you have it.
Yeah,
You
but
pick it up and it shows up on the screen. And then in BO4, it just always resides. All 4 of them reside on the screen at all times.
yeah, since you have all of them, you can use them at any point. They're just there.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And I know that's right. And then they're just always there. And then also the tab menu is a little bit confusing with like the
What's wrong with the tab menu?
like the buildable things. It's also a little confusing to me.
I don't mind. I
It's
don't
just
mind
a
the tab
bunch
menu.
of squares.
Yeah, I guess so.
What are the squares doing? You know what map did it really well?
What map?
Origins did it really well. Origins tab menu is really good. Am I wrong? Tell me I'm wrong right now. Tell me the tab menu in Origins isn't sick.
No, it's good.
Damn fucking right. Because they did it really well.
Yeah, it is a little bit wacky. Black Ops 4, one of the things that you can just look at and go, it's objectively bad with no positives is the HUD.
It's a HUD. It's just there's like no point in which I'm like good. And they also decide to not show you your teammates' health.
Yeah, for some reason.
Like if you're gonna add so much shit, tell me if my guy's one shot or not. You know,
Yeah,
like I want to know.
They could have, if they're gonna have so much on the screen, put that there. Give us the extra information.
Like
come on.
if you're going to provide us with constant information all the time, also provide me with the information to know if I have to start running.
Yeah.
If I have to make my way up the elevator on classified, I want to know.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna give me all this other shit, I want to know that.
Yeah, the HUD is bad. Once again, improved in Cold War. A lot simpler, a lot cleaner.
Because can you see your teammates' health in Cold War?
I don't think you can.
I think you can.
Can you? Well, you can see your teammates' health above their head, I think. Right?
Maybe.
Or can you even do that? I don't remember.
I don't know, but it's done bad in BO4.
Yeah,
And that's
the
what
HUD is terribly ugly.
just like you. Oh shit!
Why are you walking off? Get back on set. We have a podcast to film. God, the unprofessionalism of this guy. And now I gotta go in and like edit the audio on that to make it not destroy
Fuck.
ears.
Bro, get assaulted.
Man, now I have to do extra editing. Fuck, bro. You ruined the flow. I was gonna try and transition into how Black Ops 4 try to change the weapon upgrade stuff and make it so that you could repack your weapon, but then they did it really weird.
Yeah, it
And
was
then-
weird the way they did that. Because it also doesn't really tell you that they don't have like tiers on your gun. Like, give me a tier. Give me a tier.
Yeah. So we'll start with BO4 again. How this is going to work, we're just going to talk about BO4, and then we're going to talk about how Cold War did what BO4 tried really well. So BO4, with your weapons, fuck you. With BO4, you get a weapon, and then you do your first Pack-a-Punch, 5,000 points, right? Normal shit. It's like your standard Pack-a-Punch. But then you can take it, put it back in the machine, 2,500 points, you get an extra boost in damage, and you get an AAT.
I'm gonna tell you, I never feel that boost.
It's small. The reason incremental upgrades like that are bad is because they don't feel significant. Once again, takes away from that progression. You don't feel as powerful.
Which is an interesting thing that they did, because you know what else? You know what also did that?
Advanced Warfare.
Advanced
Zombies.
Warfare.
The
And you know what never came back? Advanced Warfare.
Yeah, that upgrade system was one of the worst parts about it because it didn't feel like you were upgrading.
Nothing was happening at any point.
It didn't feel like you were getting any stronger,
You
and
were
that's
like
what happens in BO4.
right, and it all feels really weird.
Yeah,
It-
and then you have to repack your weapon 4 times after the initial Pack-a-Punch
So
to
you-
get it to full power.
And most of the time, like, let's be real, you're like a lot of the Pack-a-Punches require like going somewhere,
Yeah, you have to go out of your way a lot of the
doing
time.
something, which is fine. I don't mind that.
But then when you have to repack your weapon, you need, what is it, 15,000 total points to fully
But
upgrade
it
your
requires
weapon.
15,000 points. And at the end of the day, what has happened most times that we've played is that you just go there with 15k and then spend 45 seconds pack-a-punching your gun,
Yeah.
like, just to get it there, which is
Yeah.
stupid.
The only map that doesn't have this problem is Tog der Toten, because it
Yeah.
adds the golden Pack-a-Punch, which is just 5,000 points, and it becomes fully Pack-a-Punched.
Which is sick.
Which
Al-
is
al-
dope.
Also, but like kind of just goes around saying you can't really go out of your way to go for it. You just kind of wait till it stumbles upon you.
Yeah.
Which I like personally.
Yeah,
I think.
I think that's good. I like the way that Tog does the Pack-a-Punch.
Yeah, it's almost like it came from another better map.
We'll get to that later. We'll talk about it.
About how Tog is a worse map than Call of the Dead, and it shouldn't be a question.
I don't like Call of the Dead that much, guys. Hang on. Check this out. I'm gonna practice my control on the podcast. You can't.
Get the fuck out of the way, bitch! Oh. Sorry. You okay? You good? Ow! I didn't mean to. I'm sorry.
Jack, talk into the microphone, please.
They can hear me. It's right here.
No, we need to be professional.
This is our special episode.
Oh
This
my
is
God.
our 20th episode.
Jack just fucking stabbed me in the eye with a ray gun. It missed my eye. It hit like right here.
Dude,
If it went,
I got
oh my
nervous
God.
for a second because and thank God it's broken.
Yeah.
Thank fucking God our ray gun's broken. Otherwise, I would have hit him in the eyeball.
What was I talking about before? We were on the Pack-a-Punch. It's so bad in BO4.
We're talking about Call of the Dead.
Well, yeah, we were on that, but we're circling back to Pack-a-Punch. It's just not good in BO4.
Not good.
And then
Also, are the AATs dog shit?
AATs are wacky, yeah. But then come forward into Cold War, and they kept the multi-tiered Pack-a-Punching. You've got the first Pack-a-Punch 5,000, next Pack-a-Punch 15,000, next is 15,000. After that is 30,000. So it's a lot more. But every time you upgrade your weapon, you feel that shit.
You feel it every goddamn time.
You feel that upgrade, and also with the way the points work and stuff, it's like you're upgrading and you're progressing like consistently. Like, you get that first upgrade, and that Pack-a-Punch is able to hold out for a while. By the time it starts getting a little bit weaker, you have enough points that you can get the next upgrade.
Yeah,
And then that holds out for long enough that you can save up for the last upgrade.
Now, I don't like it overall, personally. I'm not a fan of that. However, it's done so much better than BO4 did it.
Yeah, I really like that system because it
BO4
keeps
is an
you
overall
upgrading.
failure in that regard.
Yeah.
When Cold War is like, if you like it, you like it.
Yeah,
It's not
Cold
my
War,
thing.
Cold War, it's like it's not going to be everyone's thing, but that like consistent progression really works for me.
Yeah,
Like that's the thing that Cold War does. It's like the opposite of BO4 in that way. Where BO4 the progression is really weak, but in Cold War it's like that the progression is like the main thing. Like that's what you're doing in most matches is like you're saving points, you're buying your perks, you're building yourself up all the way to round like 30 or something.
I don't like it in Cold War because it feels like less effort, you know? Like, I really enjoy Origins, and I really enjoy, like, Mob in the way they do it because it always feels like you're doing stuff.
Yeah.
But in Cold War, you're also always doing stuff, but in Mob, you're getting the Retriever, you're upgrading the Retriever, you can get the Spork if you want to get the Spork, you're doing all this shit, and then in Origins, you can get all the stabs, you can get G-Strikes, you can upgrade the Maxis drone if you want. You can do a bunch of shit when in Cold War, and then you get a gun, and then you upgrade it. Do it again, again. Run, you know.
Yeah, I do understand that. For me personally, though, Cold War really does just like the simple like sit down, you're killing a bunch of shit. It's just zombie killing, and it's really fun.
Yeah.
It works for me. And
Unlike
when
the
you're-
Pack-a-Punch in BO4.
Yeah, because in BO4 it's just like, all right, I got my weapon, it's packed. It's a packed weapon. Let me repack it. It's not that much better. Let me repack it again because it's starting to get weak already. Oh, it's not doing that much. Let me repack it again, I guess. Damn, this didn't feel very good. And then that's just a progression. That's just how it goes.
Yeah.
BO4 has a lot of flaws. Like, as much as I enjoy BO4, I think it's a fun game to play. It's got a lot of flaws, man. A lot with the progression.
And I think we spent a lot of time, I'd say, talking about it as a game. And I want to kind of go on to what the maps are because we're an hour in.
We are in I told you we would have a lot to talk about.
On a mission, I made my decision.
Stop. Quit it. No.
Every hour my blood is
Jack
running
actually
down.
died. Right then.
Yeah, this is Daniel.
Hi, Daniel. Nice to meet you.
Oh, I almost spit in my hand. Thought about it. All that spit shaking you.
You ready to do this podcast?
What are we talking about?
Okay, there is couple more things from BO4 that I want to hit on gameplay wise.
Well,
We'll
say
do it
you wrap
quickly.
them
We'll do
up.
it quickly.
Well, I'll
It's less-
move
it's
off.
less
I'll move
relevant
off
stuff.
cam and go.
Why do you have to move off cam for that?
So it's like a producer being like, "Hey, wrap it up."
Don't. It's fine. Yeah, Black Ops 4 tried to do some stuff with like making high rounds more interesting. They added the health cap so you could use guns that you wanted for longer.
That's good.
They made it so that you had super sprinters, which made things way faster, which was cool.
And also like more difficult.
Yeah, more difficult, also faster, more fun to play.
Yeah, adds a little bit of more of like a skill rather than just
Yeah.
how long can you run in a circle, you know?
Yeah, but then in Black Ops 4, I think the super sprinters are almost like too much sometimes. Where like, I don't know,
That was a bomb.
like in Black Ops 4, you kind of have to
didn't hit.
keep sprinting. Or in Cold War, you have like I think a little bit more leniency. You have a little bit more room to breathe, but it's still intense.
It's because stamina was busted.
Yeah, that stamina does help.
I think the super sprinters are the same in both games, except it's just in Cold War you're nuts.
Yeah,
And then
which
in
does
BO4
which
you're
it
not.
changes the balance and it makes it easier. And then the health cap in BO4, like the guns get so weak so early on that it doesn't really matter. In Cold War, you can use your guns up until like into the 40s or 50s, some of them, which I think it just works better. Also, Black Ops 4, another gameplay thing that they really fucked up on, they tried to change the spawn rates or like the spawns of zombies to make things faster, and they just spawn in front of you constantly and create a bunch of like unfair situations.
Yeah,
and stuff.
the dog rounds on
The
Classified
dog rounds are
quite
fucking
funny
stupid.
because they just all spawn in the new room, and you just shoot an explosive in there, and then it's like a 5-second round,
Yeah, it's dumb.
and
then
that's barely an exaggeration.
and then the normal zombie spawns. They try to increase the pace of the game, keep things flowing, but then it just doesn't work, and it creates unfair situations. In Cold War, the way they fixed that is they slowed the spawns down again. They try to keep the pace up, but they made it a little bit more fair. And also the Rampage Inducer. So if you want to make your game hell from the start, you can. And it gives you that option and that choice as a player, which I really love. I think the Rampage Inducer is like maybe the best single feature in Cold War.
Cool.
All right, that's it. That's the gameplay stuff.
First map. What do you want to say? Actually, that's a good question. What is the first map?
I think we talk about the Ether story first because the chaos to
Okay.
me is a lot more interesting. So
Okay.
I want to.
However, I
I
just want to ask, what is the first BO4 map?
The first map. Well, I mean, Blood of the Dead, I think, is the first story wise, and then Classified, and then
No. I'm not saying Ether. I'm saying when you think of BO4 zombies in the first 4 maps, what is the?
nine is the one that comes to my mind. Yeah, boy.
In a minute.
Because I think 9 was like the first one we actually saw.
I think so. I don't know. I think of 9 versus 12.
Shout out to that trailer, by the way, with the Avenged Sevenfold music video trailer for 9. It's fucking awesome.
No recollection.
It has Mad Hatter, which I know you don't like as a song, but the trailer is so fucking
Mad
good.
Hatter, more like Bad Hatter.
I fuck with the song. Listening to it again recently, I think it's really good. I like it. That is like one of the best zombies trailers though, in my opinion. It's so good.
Fucking nightmare.
Yeah, nine
Oh,
is the
no,
map
I'm
that I think of though for BO4. That's like
I do.
the first one.
All right. Well, yeah. So let's move canonically. through the
Let's talk
ether.
about we'll talk about Aether first. We'll
Blood of
start
the
off.
Dead.
It's bad.
Ugh.
Map is bad. It has some nice stuff to it. The zombie shield is really cool. I really like it.
What does it do?
It's the one. It's the soul sucker.
It's
Little
the-
key. And then you do the soul blast, which is really cool. I like the way they implemented that.
Damn, bro. They got the soul. They got the glut glut. That's crazy, bro.
The way the shield works though, the fact that you can use it to like see into that like kind of afterlife type thing.
Also, that trap is really good.
What, the blade trap?
The
Spinny?
yeah, that's a good trap. That's a really good trap.
It's arguably one of the most overpowered traps in zombies. It's crazy. Like, you just
Sick.
sit in that room and turn it on, and then it's one of the fastest SPH strats in all of zombies.
Good trap. Not,
Yeah.
not in like quality of trap, in like, is it a good trap? Like, when I think of good traps, I think of like the Flogger.
Yeah.
I think of like traps that are cool. You
Yeah.
know?
It's a
it's-
cool trap, and it's also insanely strong. I think the Magma Gat is really cool, personally. I think it's a fun variation on the Acid Gat. Yeah, it fits the theme. It's a powerful weapon. I enjoy it. The upgrade process isn't too hard. It's a fun weapon. I like it. Magma Gat is good. The catwalk opening is great.
Yeah, one of that shit's cool. Still remember doing that.
Yeah, it gives like a cinematic flair to Blood, where you start out, you have like that main area, you have like your kind of branching paths where you open out, you can either go down into the one area or you can go over to the power room, turn on the power for that area, then you got to go up through the catwalk to get to the prison, and then you come in and then it takes you right to the mob spawn, and then it plays like the like some of the music from Mob of the Dead, and it just hits you.
It hits.
It hits
and-
because it's like
And what I think it does a very good job of is it sets the tone for what BO4 Ether maps are supposed to be.
yeah.
Like it's like yeah,
Yep.
this is what we're doing here, and then it would have been good. Because like they knew what they were doing and they did what they wanted to do in that situation well. They just didn't execute on what they plan on doing. And obviously we'll talk about that later. But
Yeah, but that like opening bit, going into that spawn room, getting that music cue, just the like wave of nostalgia, and the prison itself looks the map looks great.
it's very good.
Aesthetically, it is fantastic.
Would have
very
been
very
better
nice
in
map.
BO3, but
Yeah, Black Ops 4 graphically is a downgrade from BO3.
it's crazy that we moved forward and the graphics were downgraded.
Yeah, but even still, it looks really nice. It's a very beautiful map.
Of course.
But other than that, Like,
And
that's
that's the positives.
yeah.
And then the cutscene.
Cutscene, yeah. Not the Easter egg for sure, but the ending cutscene is great.
It's so good.
Now, in terms of negatives,
And they
Blood
won't-
of the Dead has the
and they-
problem of Mob of the Dead, where it's like
and no one will remember every time.
Yeah, Blood of the Dead has a similar problem to Mob, where it's like it gets to be a little bit big, except this map is bigger and harder to get around. The gondola is slower for some reason.
They gave you fast travel, and then it was
The
bad
fast travel is 15 seconds.
slow travel.
It's slow travel, and it takes you to useless places.
Good retriever pickup though. Big
The
fan of
retriever
Rage.
pickup is cool, but then that's another thing. The retriever on this map is useless because it replaces your Wraithfires. Which Wraithfires are just objectively better than the retriever. Shut up.
I have a low attention span.
Insane.
I'm on a roll.
Crazy how you're the host of a podcast. So yeah, the
I'm
retriever's
host,
bad.
I'm the host of an hour podcast.
That
We had a good hour.
that's true. Yeah, and then also, do you know anything about the upgrade process for the retriever?
No.
I figured you didn't. It's fucking awful. You have to go around the map using the shield, and you have to. You know how you right click and you can kind of like get that afterlife view where it like shows you
Yeah.
stuff.
You go.
Yeah. You have to go around the entire map and find a dog somewhere. It can spawn, I think, just about anywhere,
Doggo.
and you just have to find an afterlife dog, and then you have to like blast him, and then there's like a process to it. But you have to search like
Remember that.
you have to search like the whole fucking map, and it's Blood of the Dead, so there's a lot to search. And you have to do that every time you want to upgrade it. You just have to go around the whole map. It's a slow ass process. You just have to hold down the shield in a bunch of different like spawn points.
Do you hold? Is it slow?
Yeah, because it's like you know like it takes a second for it to warm up. So you just have to like go into the thing, and then you're just like you look for a second, and it's like dog's not here. Let's go to the next spot. And you just have to do that in like a bunch of spots.
That's cringe and was done better in Origins. Because Origins is a very similar process with the perks.
Yeah, I guess so.
However, it's much better in Origins.
Yeah, and then in order to do the Easter egg, one of the steps for the Easter egg is you have to do the same thing, but you have to look for a fucking bird, and you have to do it 3 times. 3 times, 3 separate rounds. You have to search for this fucking bird and then soul blast it. And then the Easter egg's a whole thing. The Easter egg is dog shit, easily the worst in zombies. It's awful. We did not play it because fuck that. We might play it at some
We
point.
didn't do any of them. What do you mean we did not play it? We didn't play any of those boys.
I mean, yeah, but Blood especially was like, nah. Like, what the fuck were they thinking? This is,
What the fuck?
yeah, like, when you think of zombies and convoluted Easter eggs, this is like the king of the shit pile.
It's king shit over here.
Like, this is the convoluted, like, bullshit, what the fuck are we doing? Why do you have to do this? What is the step Easter egg? It's, Gorod Krovi has nothing on this shit. That Easter egg was, like, kind of annoying, but we beat it in a reasonable amount of time. Blood of the Dead, I feel like if we were to play it, I'm not sure how long it would take for us to beat it, or if we would have the willpower or the resolve to finish it.
I want to try it now because I know Krover took us 12 hours.
I guess Krovi took us a while. Blood of the Dead is fucking disgusting,
Nah,
though.
I don't like Krover. Krover's mid.
Krovi's mid.
People say Krover's the best.
That's weird to me, but I do kind of get it.
No.
Nah.
No.
Yeah, Blood of the Dead, though. That's most of what I have to say about it. It's a bad map.
Bad map.
I think it's fun to play just because, like, you're on Alcatraz still. The setting's cool. The weapons, like, the Blundergat and stuff is still fun to use. The Magma Gat's a fun weapon. You've obviously got the Primus characters. They're good characters. They work. What? You're giving, like, a look.
Man.
Yeah, Blood of the Dead is a bad map. Do you have anything else to say on Blood of the Dead?
Nah, man. The cut scene is sick. I mean, that's the thing. My memories of Blood are the good things. I know
Yeah.
it's bad. I'm not saying it's good. I'm not saying that I think back on it fondly. I'm just saying what I remember is the good stuff. So I don't have a lot to say because all I have to say is good stuff. All I know is it's fucking bad. It's really bad.
Yeah. Classified. Let's talk about Classified. This is the casual map of BO4, and I think it works. It's a good map. It's effective. What? What are you looking at like that for?
Wiggling my toes around on camera. Look at them.
Better get on Wiki Feet.
Wiki feet. I want to see it. I want to see whoever's here. Someone's gonna be here at some point.
Yeah.
This video will be up forever. Until the internet goes down, until YouTube goes down, this video will be here. So in 20 years, I'm gonna check for a wiki feed, and I better have one. Alright? Cool. It's between me and you.
All right. So let's talk about some of the Classified. There's not really much bad to talk about, I don't think, but
I mean, it's just
it's like it's 5 if it were a little bit more casual. Is essentially the map.
which is whatever. I don't have. See, the thing is, I don't have thoughts.
Yeah, I
It's just,
think
it's classified.
yeah, I think it's a
My
fun
thoughts. Boom. Can't hear them. Wanna know why? They're classified.
Map. Oh my god.
Sheesh, they're classified to my thoughts, and my thoughts are.
Yeah, it's a simple map. It's got a couple new areas, like some of the area upstairs that you can go to. I like that bit. I think that's fun. Gives like a slight small extra option in the spawn.
Yeah.
It gives a tiny bit of choice. Also is like key to the high round strategy, which is cool, I guess. So that area is cool. The Pack-a-Punch going to Area 51 is cool. I enjoy that.
Yeah.
The map does for me lose a little bit of the charm of the original because like you're not playing as like the presidents anymore, and you're some of the stuff that I enjoyed about 5 was the fact that everything looked super clean until you got down into the lab, and that this is like a version of the Pentagon that's been ransacked already. So there's blood and stuff everywhere. It's kind of destroyed, which, in my opinion, the map looks good, but it loses out on the aesthetic a little bit. I think it's a little bit worse for it.
Yeah.
I get why they did it, but yeah.
Vibes are off. Sorry, I can't.
Vibes are a little bit off, but it's still a fun map. There's nothing bad about it. They also improved on the Winter's Howl a shit ton. I really like the Winter's Howl in Classified. It's certainly not the best wonder weapon. Okay, we took a short break. I don't know where we left off, but we're moving on from Classified.
Classified's fine.
I think it's a solid map. I think it's a little bit more than fine. I think it's
Alpha
good.
Omega.
Alpha Omega is the ugliest map in Zombies.
It is the ugliest map we've ever seen.
Other than like
only rivaled by Origins. Yeah. Breaking news. The
Okay,
minimum wage is...
so we're not leaving that in. We're redoing that.
Okay. Boys! We're back.
I don't know where we left off, but
We
that's
don't know
all
where
that
we
needs
left
to be said about Classified. We said our
Classified,
piece.
good.
It's a good map.
Fine map. I think it's fine. He likes it more than I do. Cool.
Alpha Omega
Alpha
is the
Omega.
ugliest Zombies map of all time.
Only rivaled by Origins. As much as I love it, only
I mean,
rivaled.
Origins isn't even close to that ugly, in my opinion.
I agree, but that's I think I would deem it second.
I think that Daron Fong looks pretty.
I don't include those. They're not part of the discussion.
No, they count. They have to count. We have to include.
I will not count them.
They're there though.
I don't
Whatever.
care.
Whatever. Alpha Omega is a map that, similar to Black Ops 4, actually has some good ideas, cool features, and it's just ruined by a couple of bad things.
And however, I think that unlike BO4, Alpha Omega fails on every front.
Aesthetically, it's ugly. Layout-wise, it's like fine, I guess. The layout's not.
The ray guns
The
are
worst.
weird.
The ray guns are weird, but I think the upgrades are kind of cool.
I hate you.
I like the idea of having the elemental upgrades.
Elemental upgrades are always cool, but I just would have preferred like something else, you know?
Yeah, I get that. Galvanuckles are back. They look weird, but they are Galvanuckles,
Yeah,
which is cool.
it's weird how it's not weird because it makes sense, but in every one of the Ether maps, it was all just or wonder weapons we've already seen, but with a twist.
Yeah, they did do that a lot. Same thing as what they did with the maps, which is it's all the maps you've seen, but with a twist.
Which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a bad map, and I wish we had more to say about it. but I don't.
Yeah, there are
wish
a
for that.
couple features that are particularly bad. The Nova crawlers on that map are the worst ever.
I think that did we talk about it in DMs or
I don't remember.
not DMs?
I don't remember.
Personally, okay, they somehow with crawlers
Oh,
found
this,
a
we did
way
talk about this on the podcast. I
to
remember.
make them worse.
Yeah, this was a podcast thing that we talked about.
Every time. How'd
Yeah.
they do that?
It's crazy.
How'd they do it?
It's fucking insane. They are the worst they were ever at on Alpha Omega.
They were the worst they were ever at on every single map that they ever released them on canonically.
Yeah.
Or like
At the point they released, they were the worst.
at the point of release, crawlers were always the worst they've ever been, which is insane.
Yeah, it's just all bad. They just the way they function should have been reworked from the ground up. But no, instead they're just like, hey, we've got electric crawlers now, and also crawlers that will buff all the zombies around them and make them crazy dumb.
And we know how much you enjoy it when they teleported on Moon, so they're back.
Yeah, they can teleport, and also they do the BO4 thing where they explode, and then it just makes it so that you can't turn, which is fantastic.
Yeah, we made sure to go through and play every map.
Yeah, of course.
Right. And when we played Alpha Omega, I died because I was running through a way, and then a crawler just became in front of me.
Yep.
Right.
So it just happens, and it's terrible. So we don't have a whole lot left, so we're just gonna move on because that's all we really got for Alpha Omega. It's bad.
Tog der Midden.
Tog der Toten. It's a really solid map, and it's
fine.
better than Call of the Dead.
It's not.
It's better than Call of the
Call
Dead.
of Duty's A tier.
Call
Tog
of the
is
Dead
B.
is like BC tier.
Call is a
Call of the Dead is like BC tier. Tog der Toten is like A tier for me, or like AB tier. AB tier.
A. That's nuts.
Like low A B tier. You know.
I mean, yeah, we just have flipped opinions.
Yeah.
I think Call of the Dead is where you think Tog is.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that Tog does a lot of good stuff though. Like the map layout works aesthetically. I think it's pretty nice. I like kind of the chain. It's like
What's up with
opposite
it?
of Call of the Dead, where it's like
What's up with the sun, man?
the sun's a little bit wacky, but the color palette is really nice. It's like kind of melted snow. The
Call of Duty
orange
doesn't
is a
have
nice
great color
contrast.
palette.
There's also no fog everywhere, which helps out a huge amount. I think.
There isn't always fog. Fog comes in and out.
Well, yeah, but it's always like pretty bad on Call of the Dead.
It's not.
It's pretty bad though.
It isn't because it comes in and out.
But yeah, but
It
there's
is
always
not.
like a level of fog which just isn't there.
No, there isn't. This is just false.
No,
This
but
is this is the denial of fact joke, but it's not a joke. You're just wrong. It isn't always there. It comes intermittently.
surely not.
It comes intermittently. It is
No.
not always there.
Maybe it's not always as bad, but there's always like
No.
fog.
Nope.
Either way, there's no
You
fog
can-
on Tog der Toten.
You can, from the spawn, see the end of the boat. If there is fog past that, then it doesn't matter. You can see across the entirety of the map. Now, there is fog. Fog's not great.
Yeah, the fog's real bad in Call of the Dead. It doesn't exist on Tog. Also, no George Romero, which in my opinion is a positive.
Disagree.
I think that George Romero as a boss is a little bit cringe, and I prefer him
think
not being there.
I think they shouldn't have brought him back. But
Yeah, of course.
because you can't, you know?
Yeah,
Especially now that he's dead.
yeah.
Was it-
Something nice they did do. They had a little Easter egg where you could find his glasses, and then if you interacted with him, it gives just like a nice little quote, like recognizing him, which I think is nice.
Which they should do, because
Yeah.
it's fucking George Romero. We're here because of him.
Yeah, they give a nice little nod to him, which I appreciate.
But no, I think that it's done on Call of the Dead, and they should. That's it, just good.
Yeah.
And
Didn't need to come
Yeah.
back, and it didn't.
it shouldn't have come back. It didn't, but I think that it being on Call of the Dead is better than it not being there.
Yeah, the map introduces a couple new areas like the others. The spawn room is new, and there's a couple of areas that like flow into the original Call of the Dead, which I think is pretty nice.
Yeah.
Works well. The layout of the map is pretty strong, especially for it being like a remake using all the old spaces. And then it's
Yeah.
got a new area you can zip line from the lighthouse into like a facility area. Little,
How do
like,
you zip line up?
I don't know, dude. Just go with it. It works. Just go with it, lol.
Yeah, on Call of the Dead, you always zip line down.
Yeah. They just don't care.
But no, you clip your guy up there and then you move vertically.
Yeah, dude, don't even think about it. You go to the facility though; it's a cool little area. It's kind of separated from everything because it's only accessible through zipline, but it works for what it needs to do. It's like just like a separate area. There are a couple Easter egg stuffs and things. Cool little area.
Man, we are taking a long time to get here.
Yeah, Tog der Toten also introduces the Golden Pack-a-Punch, which is really good.
Yep. It's also it's a great name for a map.
Yeah, Tog der Toten is good.
It's the best. It's the best they could have done.
Yeah.
'Cause it's also cause I'm not a fan of the sun being there, but it's the day.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. And then obviously the ending. We had a massive bit about that.
Yeah, we're not talking
the
about
ending to Tog is great.
Not talking about it again, but it's good. And here's why it's good.
Tog der Toten is a pretty solid map. There's not too much that I have to say bad about it. Like the wonder weapons are weak.
I mean, I just don't find it to be as strong or everything. I can't find anything bad about it. It's just, it's fine.
I don't like the wonder weapons. The Thunder Gun feels really weak to use in my opinion. It doesn't feel as good in this game, but it is a Thunder Gun. It's good. The Thunder Gun is
also hold on. What's weird? I'm gonna cut you off because I thought of a bad thing. To culminate a 11-year storyline, you give a man piss jars. What? What? You know, that's weird.
That is a little bit weird.
That's
weird.
weird.
It is a strange challenge.
It's crazy that it wasn't a grandiose map.
I guess so, but I almost kind of appreciate the fact that it just feels like a normal zombies map in a way. It feels like...
No, I'm not with you. Not at all. They shouldn't have been. We should... The final map of an 11-year story should not be a normal zombies map. BO3 was filled completely with let's fucking run this shit, and it's the best game. Like, the ending of the story should have ended with let's fucking run this shit. Like,
yeah, I guess so. There is obviously like all the budgetary stuff. They clearly didn't have the budget to do anything crazy.
I am not blaming them as a studio, I think, but I think that given a new circumstance where they can do whatever they want, it should have been something different.
I guess I'm just looking at it from the perspective of like appreciating what we have and them doing what they could with what they were given.
Maybe they could have done Ascension.
I mean, I guess so, but
Ascension, because I thought you could make Ascension more grandiose.
I guess you could.
A lot of areas in Ascension you could.
Call of the Dead to me does make sense as a map to bring back, though.
I mean, I'm sure, but I think it should have been more grandiose.
Yeah, I guess so. I get that.
I don't think there's a lot of extension to do on Call of the Dead.
Yeah.
Like the extensions they had to do was add something that just wasn't there before. It isn't like there were doors you couldn't open. It's just, and then there's something that wasn't previously there.
Yeah, that is true.
Which is fine. I'm not like those bitches. All they did was add something new. Like, that's fine, but like, it doesn't feel seamless.
Yeah, there could have been different things that you could have expanded upon in other maps that could have worked better.
Which I personally think they should have done, but whatever.
Yeah, Tog der Toten, solid map. We got to move on now. We got to move.
We now have 15 minutes talking about Chaos.
Yeah, we might have to. Is that 15 minutes of battery life, or is that for storage?
Storage.
I don't know. I know you're tired, so you might you
I don't
want
know.
to end it at this?
We're gonna figure this out. But Chaos is good.
Chaos is really good. Let's start with Voyage because that was the first map canonically.
Yeah.
Voyage is criminally underrated.
Criminally.
It has some problems, especially with like the spawn rates of Catalyst and stuff.
Yeah.
But as a map, like the layout, I think
Agree.
that's something that people criticize a lot. The size of the map and the layout.
Fully disagree.
Yeah,
It's
as
great.
do I. It's great. It's a close quarters type map, but it works. It gives you enough room to work with. The flow of the map is good.
It also functions really well, I think, stylistically, because
Yeah.
you're on the Titanic. You're
Yeah,
on,
so like it just that's
Like,
how the layout kind of has to be. And
I
it
think
works.
if they put it on to an ether map, they would have added shit off to the side, which
Yeah.
doesn't make any sense. But they didn't, because it was the first map canonically, and they just put you on a boat.
They just put you on the Titanic.
the
You're
boat.
just on the Titanic, and you never leave, as far as I know.
Probably some. You leave probably some.
I don't know if you do. I think you're on the boat the whole time.
But it's sick, and you get to the end because like the beginning impression of the game is getting to the end of the boat,
Yeah, you start at the front of the Titanic and work your way back, which is really cool.
which is cool. And then that's where the Pack-a-Punch is, and it all feels really accessible.
Yeah.
Nothing feels terrible.
The flow of the map works really well. It feels linear, but it still gives you options in the spawn room because it's like you have the top or the bottom layer. Each of them have different part spawns, so you can kind of like, and then they have different perks, so you can choose which one you want to go for that.
Mhm.
And then I think one of the areas you've got like the dining hall, which I think is the lower one, is a little bit more open, so it's a little bit easier to survive in.
Yeah, I think so.
And then yeah, it just gives you those options while still being like a bit of a linear progression. And then you get to the end, everything like kind of opens up into itself. You've got the fast travels, which can get you around really easily.
Huge cock on that guy, by the way.
It flows really well.
And then you can go underneath, and that after getting to the end, shit opens up underneath, and then you can fast travel to the other end of the boat.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fast travels, and then something that I thought about is that I was like, damn, but you kind of can't, but like it kind of leaves the middle of the map kind of high and dry, but it doesn't because you can drop out of the fast travel,
Yeah.
which is hype.
It's really cool. You can get to everywhere very easily.
Also, it's fucking sick. You do the thing at the end, whatever it is. What do you get?
The Sentinel artifact.
You do the Sentinel artifact, and then the fucking boat just like drops,
Yeah, there's
which is and
like
it looks,
explosions
and
or
it
some
looks
shit.
sick.
Yeah.
Don't you?
Cool
And you fight
visuals.
the Kraken, right? And you use. I still use one of them. You played like twice. You got both times.
Yeah, the wonder weapon is pretty fun. It's like a triple barreled cannon.
Which sounds hype.
It's pretty sick.
If I could have used it, it would have been cool.
Yeah, unfortunately we never went back to Voyage.
Oh yeah, and then
That's cool,
and then
though.
when we played that game of Voyage, was so fucking fun.
Yeah, it was just a good experience.
Yeah, it was purely good.
Yeah.
We went in. Now keep in mind that we went in, like with hindsight being everything that it is, and the game being stable. But we went in with an open mind and had an incredibly fun game of zombies.
One of the best zombies experiences I've ever had, I think.
It was so fun.
It was great. Voyage is a really fun map.
Voyage is really fun.
The special enemies, despite their spawn rate being a little too high, I think are good. I like them. I like the special enemies.
and then
If they were toned down a little bit, it would be perfect.
and then we're on Chaos, and I'm thinking about it. So I want to take a second to thank
We're gonna need to extend this, by the way. We have
To
to.
thank the
we've got
hammer-
more to talk about.
the Hammer of Valhalla.
Dude, all of the special weapons for Chaos are so cool.
Dude,
all of them are
I
great.
love the Hammer of Valhalla.
The Hammer of Valhalla is sick as
like
fuck.
I'm always like kind of back and forth on like whether I kind of like the more like stylistic, like, you know, kind of like the vibe of what's his name, Snake Eyes from G.I. Joe.
Sure.
When you kind of like you slip in it, like you go pow, you know.
Yeah.
Like with the slice and the slicing and dicing, but kind of like quietly, you know.
Yep.
And then it's either that it is either pure stealth, or I want a massive fucking hammer that beats the shit out of everyone within a fucking kilometer radius.
Yeah.
I'm something offhand reference, which makes no sense.
Okay.
I played D&D with some of my friends way back, right? And
Yeah, we're gonna need to extend
we
this.
didn't play with very many rules in mind, right? And so it was kind of just like, I want to do something. Is that difficult? You got to roll highly on a d20, right? And I just kind of had like a more realistic version of Mjolnir, and I would just chuck it at people sometimes because that's fun, and that's what I do with the Hammer of Valhalla
Yeah.
because it's just so sick. It's just
fun.
so sick.
Yeah, all of the Chaos Wonder weapons are great. You've got the Scepter of Ra, which you can use to revive people.
Which
and
is
you can,
fucking hype.
Place it down and it creates a giant bubble around, which like damages and slows enemies inside, which is sick, and revives people in it, which is crazy. You've got the Viper and Dragon, which is like a shotgun pistol and also like a little sword, so you can melee and long range and have like a gun. And then it also has a special attack that like distracts all the zombies, like a monkey bomb-ish effect, which is cool.
Yeah.
And then you've got the chakrams, which are the weakest in my opinion, But you got like the dual little things you can like melee with them. You can throw them
Yeah,
out.
that's
You can create
the,
you can create like the
That's the
area of
little,
effect around yourself.
That's the little psh, 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 right?
Yeah, the ones that you have, they're like wrapped
Yeah.
around your hands.
Yeah, I remember it from like 9 gameplay.
Yeah, they're still cool. They're the weakest in my opinion.
They're cool.
But and then the Hammer of Valhalla, you're just beating the shit out of people with a lightning hammer.
But yeah, that's something that's always really important. It either needs to be like stylistically good, quality good, or just fucking cool.
Yeah.
One of those 3 things, everything needs to be.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it fails.
Yeah.
And
'Cause if something feels good to use, looks cool to use, or
is good to use.
yeah,
Like that's all. If
feels good and is good are kind of one and the same.
yeah,
thing.
I said that and I realized like he might have been talking about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, is good, looks good, or is cool. Those 3 things is what everything needs to be.
I would say the special weapons for Chaos are all of those things. Every single one of them is all of those things.
Which is why they work.
Yeah.
Unlike the ether ones, which are just kind of guns.
The ether one, well, they're not all guns.
I know, but
The Path of Sorrows is cool. You
that
got a
one's
katana.
cool.
You can cloak yourself. You've got like a dash attack and then a standard melee.
but then
You've got the Ragnaroks, which are also
Ragnarok.
The Ragnaroks, they're cool because they're Ragnaroks, which are already cool.
But
And also, apparently, something that I learned from reading the description, you can revive people with them. Like you can place them down and then they revive. Which
shot.
That's what I think I remember reading. Which
All right, whatever. We're talking about Chaos.
yeah.
So Voyage is a good map, underrated, home and armed, and it's a good map. 9.
Yeah.
Mid.
I think 9 is also pretty solid, to be quite honest.
Mid. It's the worst of the 4.
I think that Dead of the Night has a case against 9. I think
it's Ancient Evil, Voyage, Dead, 9, but I think the worst is 9.
Yeah, I think that 9 is still a good map, though. I think it's solid. I love the style. The spawn being the fucking arena with all the crowds looking in, cheering you on.
Well,
Great.
also keep in mind that the spawn, you walk in.
Yeah, that's big.
You don't just
that's
show
big.
up. That's the thing.
That's a great
huge.
little detail.
You don't just show up, you walk in.
Yeah, you get your like big entrance and the crowd's like cheering for you, going crazy. This is the map that introduced the challenge system, which came back in Cold War.
Yeah, which is huge.
The challenge system is really cool. You got special rewards. It's a little bit different in this because it's like set rewards and like a certain couple of challenges that you can do. But it's good. It's really cool.
Yeah.
So you can do the challenges, and then the flow of the map, you've got like your kind of 4 main areas, and then the big underground, which I like as well.
Yeah, and it's fine.
It's got a solid progression to me. The underground is cool with like the Pack-a-Punch down there, the aesthetics of that. Every area feels kind of unique too. There's like different color palettes underneath all of the like temple areas.
I don't like most of the underground. I don't like most of it. I think the Pack-a-Punch area is kind of cool. I think the rest of it's kind of weird. And
I don't know. I like it. I think that it all kind of works. Everything's aesthetically a little bit different.
Everything on top feels the same, and then the bottom feels weird except for the Pack-a-Punch. Pack-a-Punch room is cool, but the rest of it's kind of like, oh, what's going on down here?
I don't know. I kind of disagree. I think it's all really good, really cool.
That's fine. I am willing to understand that I am the odd one out.
You're dumb. Yeah.
I am the subway man. I am the odd one out.
Good one.
And yeah, I think it's mid. I think it's fine. Worst of the Chaos maps.
Yeah, the Wonder Weapon's not very good.
What's that open again? I don't even know
it's like that weird scorpion thing.
Yeah.
Wonder Weapon's not very good, but the map itself quite fun. The fire rounds are annoying as fuck.
That's one of the reasons I don't like the map, because the fire rounds are so fucking awful.
Also, something I've learned is that with PhD you can like slide through stuff. Like you can have it slide through traps and get invincibility. Doesn't work on the fire.
It doesn't?
Yeah.
Jesus, man.
I tried to run it when I was doing some first room stuff. I put it on my loadout to see if I could just like slide through the fire, and it just doesn't work.
How do you get your perks in the first room?
With elixirs.
No.
Cause I'm trying to get some first room all elixir world records. You know me.
All right, but Dead of the Night.
Dead of the Night's a cool map too.
Cool map.
It's a cool map.
Werewolf, bro.
Yeah, there's cool enemy, cool fighting werewolves and
What,
zombies.
what I think that Chaos does, I think really well, which I think actually is something that I think they did a good job with in the situation they were put in BO4 where they had less resources. You know?
Yeah.
Is that like they pulled. Like they were like werewolves, those are sick. Egyptian gods, those are pretty cool. The Titanic is a good idea. So is the Kraken, bring that guy in. Which is and like they just kept pulling cool shit.
Yeah,
Which-
like all these mythical creatures and stuff.
Which like it works.
Stuff that you already know.
Because they're putting it into its own kind of context. They're
Yeah.
putting it into the chaos context,
Yeah.
but it's still cool shit,
Yeah.
right? Which I think is good, and they did it well. But it's something that they never did in Ether because
Yeah,
they just
because it was just different.
Because
it
they
just
ju-
wasn't the thing.
they just went it's Nazis, and here's what the Nazis are doing. They made
Yeah,
shit up.
the closest they got to that was like the Apothicans, but even that isn't. They're not
Even
like
that.
pulling from something. That's
Even-
like their own kind of
They-
designs, like
they're-
alien.
They're
creatures.
pulling a concept.
Yeah,
Which like I personally prefer them doing. I prefer or at least knowing that without anything, I prefer them making their own stuff. But if they make their own stuff, I think it's cool to get a bunch of just go pull other shit from the rest of kind of culture.
yeah, from like mythology and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, we get werewolves on this map. We get these
Silver
weird like little
bullets.
vampire creatures too.
What are those?
I forget what they're called.
Oh, those are the ones that-
Nosferatus.
They run weird, right?
Yeah, they're
Those
little
are the
gremlins.
ones that are like
little gremlins. Yeah, little fucking gremlins.
I want to clip that bit. I want to be us going.
I'm not gonna remember to do that.
I'll find it.
All right.
Either
cool.
you will or I will.
Yeah.
I'm asking you to do it. If you don't do it, I'll do it.
Cool.
I'll put that video unlisted by the way.
I probably won't do it.
Cool. I think it's fun though. I think it's
Dead of the Night's a fun map. I think it's probably got the most setup of any of the maps in
what
BO4.
what I really enjoy is the way you kind of progress through it because it feels like roots, you know?
Yeah.
Rather than kind of like going into an area and then like sprouting maybe or like just various different things like very different from Voyage. Voyage is you go down a straight line.
Yep.
I enjoy it. It's very linear, straight line.
Yeah.
In this, you just kind of go into an area, then you come back, go to a different area.
Yeah.
Come back.
It all like has its there are different branches.
Yeah, and then-
everything is like its own branch.
Yeah, and it's all. I think it's really good. I personally really enjoy it.
It's a unique flow to a zombies map, which we don't really get that often.
Yeah. Also, something that I want to say, which I think is really cool, is that the Easter egg to get just to get the free wonder weapon is like easy.
Yeah, it's really simple. You can. It's just like you just have to know spawns for a couple of like symbols in all the areas, and then you just look at the spots.
And even then, like we did it on our own. We didn't. I
Yeah,
didn't
like
know that shit.
we got it in a game without knowing it because we
figured it
just
out.
found it.
We found it, which is I think how a lot of those should be.
Yeah, I think that for most stuff like that, especially for like getting a wonder weapon to the map, it should just be like you can figure it out in game.
Yeah.
And then if you want to get some of the crazier upgrades, maybe those are a little bit harder. Like the upgraders to the Alistair's Folly. We
Yeah.
didn't get those, I don't think,
We did not.
because I
was like this gun's dog shit.
to.
I'm using my grab.
Yeah. But yeah, Dead of the Night is a pretty cool map. It definitely has a lot of setup. You have to. It's one of those maps where I feel like it's similar to Zetsubo, where you kind of have to be in like a certain mood to play it. You got to be in like a kind of big setup, like kind of know how to do stuff type of thing.
Yeah. But no, you get like silver bullets and shit.
Silver
And
bullets are great because it's just the ammo buys from Cold War, but in BO4.
Yeah, it's cool though. The ammo buys from Cold War, but in BO4.
Yeah.
It's funny that you're going the one from this thing, but here, and you're going from the more recent thing to the less recent thing.
Yeah. That's how
Either
how
way,
it
I
goes.
think it's funny. Yeah, I think it's good. I think it's a good map. I think
It's a solid map. It's one of the weaker in the chaos, but it's
I
still
would say
it's still a cool
I
setting.
would say solid.
It's a cool setting. It's a fun map. Interesting flow, a little bit different. Good stuff. How long we got?
Oh, so very little time. 30
Yes.
seconds.
Oh yeah, so Ancient Evil. We're not gonna try and talk
Speed
about
run.
it in 30
Go,
seconds.
go.
No,
I'm
no.
kidding, I'm kidding,
We gotta do more. We gotta do more podcasts.
Oh my
We can talk for a while about Ancient Evil though, because it's a
We
great
can
map.
talk for a while.
And that's it. There's the
Ancient Evil?
cut. Easy cut.
No, I'm gonna get the cut.
Ancient Weevil.
Ancient Evil.
Ancient Weevil.
I'm thinking. Give me a sec. How much time do I have? 8, 7.
What are you thinking about?
Ancient Evil is top 5.
Oh shit.
I have more time than I thought I had.
How's it not cut yet?
Cut.
Stop it. Just stop it. Just cut it off. Stop it.
Damn right it's top 5. Damn right it's top 5.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Top 5.
Yeah, it's a great map.
It's a great map.
So what are the top 4? Top 4 before it?
SOE.
Of course.
Mob.
Of course.
Origins.
Ew.
DE. Ancient Evil.
Okay, so what you're saying is it's a top 4 map. What you're telling me is it's a top 4 map here. Jack.
Top
I'll
5 map.
practice my control on you again. Don't you threaten me.
I'll punch you in the cock.
Okay, so let's.
I gotta
This
blow it
is all right. What are you doing?
Blowing something?
What? Your nose? Sick.
I'm sorry, I couldn't live with this.
That's fine. We'll just restart.
This isn't anything. Okay. This isn't anything to do with it. Do with the drugs that I'm doing.
Okay, this is for me. This is where the clip actually starts.
Damn right, it's top 5.
Oh my god.
God
Yeah.
damn right, it's top 5.
Yeah. So when Jack says it's top 5, what he actually means is that it's top 4.
It's top 5.
Top 4 map. It's incredible. Oh my god. Ancient Evil is so good.
Yeah, incredible's a very good word.
Having gone back and played it a little bit and like appreciating the style more. Like at first I didn't really get into it too much, but I've gotten into it now. I get it. It's there for me.
It's so good. I love it. And then the hands are really good, I think.
Yeah, the hands are really cool.
Or they're really cool. I don't know how good they are, but they're really cool. You fucking beam of God, those motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Which is not good, like, stat-wise, but it's sick
Well,
as...
no, it's also it's still good. Like it just kills shit in front of you. Like you can just hold it down and it just like kills the fuck out of everything.
And it's so cool.
Let's the map is really pretty. First of all,
Very pretty.
very nice looking map. You fly on a fucking Pegasus,
You fly on Pegasus.
and then you go to like a weird like an underworld like snake underpass type area.
Yeah.
Shit's crazy.
It's so fucking...
You're going through giant dead snake.
and then you get the
bones.
Pegasus strike.
Yeah.
It's... Oh my god.
You know what the Pegasus strike is?
No, but I've heard it is the best secondary or tactical.
Yeah, I'm just. We haven't played it in a bit. I'm just gonna say it for the podcast because it's really cool. It's like you get like a spear thing. You plant it in the ground, and then the Pegasus flies in and is just above, like flapping and just like lightning coming from it, all angles, just obliterating everything around it.
You're also being surrounded by the dead body of a giant
Yeah,
who's filled with arrows, which is like...
It's
so there's
crazy.
another... They were fighting somebody else
yeah,
who was also big. What's happening? And it's
Yeah.
sick, and the fucking...
just like the whole.
And then
Everything.
you upgrade. I don't know if it's all of them, but it's at least the Hand of Charon, where you fucking are by like what's it called? The River Styx.
Sure.
The River Styx. We're calling it the Styx. The Styx, STIX.
Wouldn't it be STYX though?
Maybe.
Do you have to look it up?
Yes,
No.
I want to.
Stop it. Doesn't matter. Irrelevant.
You're correct.
Yeah.
The River Styx.
Yeah.
Which is just fucking dope. That's hard. That's hard. It's
That's hard.
crazy. It's crazy how fucking gorgeous it can be while also easily going. That's hard.
Yeah.
It's like it fits in both spots. It does a really good job of being two things that are not similar, but are both fucking great.
Yeah.
And there being like a really good line in between them, right?
Yeah. Yeah, like it's just great. Both areas have a very unique feel to them. And it's just it's great. Aesthetically they work together, and it's got like a similar feel to Buried, but it feels a lot more like grand.
What is your reference? Like which part of Buried?
You're
Like-
underground, but not in a western town anymore.
Oh yeah, Very Underground.
Yeah, it's a city that's just like underground. It's almost been like frozen in time. It's very similar to Buried in that way.
God, Taco Bell is showing up 15 minutes before saying it. Thank
Sick.
God.
Yeah, just the like the aesthetic though. You can like look up and see the sun peeking through the cracks a little bit. There's like
Perfect.
waterfalls coming down.
Perfect.
It's great. Just the layout of the map too flows really well. Everything just works. All the areas are fun. They
They made
sense.
sure not to include any of the poors, which is great. It's
Huh?
all rich people,
It's-
as the world should be.
Well, if you have all rich people, then who are you gonna exploit?
Slaves.
Well, they have to be something. You can't have rich slaves. That's not how that works. What do you propose we do to fix that?
All right, have you seen the movie Snowpiercer?
How the fuck did I know you were gonna say Snowpiercer? Like
have
that's
you
just
seen the movie Snowpiercer?
I'm aware of it. Yes. Did you know that it was a continuation of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory?
Oh my God, that's what you're saying. Have you seen the movie?
I haven't, but I know.
You know
Roughly what
they
happens.
shove children,
Yeah. Yep.
which is nuts. And there's a TV show which is still going.
What?
Yeah,
Huh?
crazy. It's a really good movie.
Show's probably not that good. I hear nothing about it ever.
I've heard good things about
Weird.
it.
So you suggest we just shove the children?
Yeah, and then when they get too old, they'll get caught up in the machine and die.
Cool.
So that's what I'm saying.
Perfect.
It's a good movie, bro. Chris Evans eats a baby. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't, but that sounds
He doesn't-
hard.
He doesn't eat a baby, right?
That sounds like it goes
but
hard.
what he does is he's like crying with it through the end. He's like, I was a bad person. When he goes, I know what baby tastes like. And it's really funny. And it's like the end of the movie, and it's like, oh God. And he's like, I'm eating babies because I was hungry. It's like, whoa.
That's really funny. This is why Ancient Evil is a top 4 map.
Top 5 map. And it's, oh, dude, it's just great. And
Yeah,
the
all
shield,
of the hands. The shield is so cool too.
it's just hype.
Like it's like circular
It-
old school.
It
shield.
does 2 of the 3 required things. It is good and looks fucking cool.
Yeah.
It does 2 of them, which we won 1. We got 2. Spoiler.
Yeah. It's great. The
Just like-
hands are
Just
really
just like No Way Home. Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire show up in Far From Home.
good.
No Way Home. They show up. You're rolled. It's been
Wow.
months. Don't worry about it.
Dude, if you don't know that by now, what the fuck are you doing? How do you not know that?
Has there been another movie since?
Like Marvel?
Yeah.
No. There has not. Jack blowing his nose, going crazy. Yeah, Ancient Evil's great though. It's just mostly it just comes down to like the flow of the map and the aesthetics. It all just works.
Yeah, it's so cool. It's so good.
It also like fixes the issues with like the catalyst zombies completely. They're still there, but they're toned down a lot.
Yeah.
And it makes the flow of the gameplay way
I fuck
better.
with those forearm guys though.
Really? I think they're a really weak special enemy personally, because they're not very threatening and they're just bullet spongy and annoying to fight.
And they're cool.
I think they're a cool enemy, but
They're not
I think the way they
special.
work.
I don't think about them in lol. I don't think about them in the same vein as like a Margwa or like a Panzer. You know?
That's like the type of enemy they're trying to be though, and they're just not.
Yeah. But,
Like they're bullet spongy, like they're a big hard enemy, but then also they're just not threatening at all.
It's whatever. I think they're
So
cool.
I don't like them. I think they're kind of weak.
I think they're cool. I think they fit the aesthetic well.
Yeah.
And that's why.
They fit the aesthetic. I like the look of them. I just don't like how they function.
Yeah, I like the look of them. That's enough for me.
Yeah. See, something else that works in Ancient Evil's benefit though for me. There's no downsides. There's no negative about this map. Like,
I
there's
haven't
nothing
played.
that comes to my mind other than, I guess, the Giganese. I don't like them as a mini boss.
Who are those?
Forearms. Yeah, do you have
Cameron's
anything?
Cameron's about to die.
Sick. Well then, I
No,
guess
it's just a really good map. I say it's
yeah,
top 5.
it's really solid.
It's
There's
on
nothing
my
bad about
it's
it.
on my desert island.
Yeah,
It's on yours too, right?
Mhm.
No, it isn't on my desert island.
it's not on yours. It's on mine. You took Setsubo still.
I was thinking about it. What were my maps again?
Uh,
Shadows 5. Is that?
yeah.
I stand by it. No, do I? Ah.
Ancient Evil, Shadows of Evil, Firebase Z.
Firebase is evil. Oh man. I don't know how much of that is
What? What do you mean?
you got it.
Oh. We have fun here.
We have fun here.
Yeah, I think we should
Recreational
wrap up.
fun.
This has been a long episode.
Long at. If you were here the whole time, thank you.
You a
very
real
much.
one.
You a real one.
A banger of an episode.
Maybe.
That's
Not
a lot.
As good as our last step.
During the break, we were talking. We were just like, this hasn't been our best showing.
Yeah. Because
we're just like, yeah.
I didn't have enough to. My voice broke twice saying have. I didn't have enough to add on a discussion that's literally twice as long.
Yeah.
We're on the app right now. Talking. Why are we doing this?
Listen, it's good to have like a little review. The inside stuff.
That's what that emotion movie's called.
What is it?
No, it's not.
What is it?
That's Bo Burnham.
Like I thought of Inside.
No, it's Inside Out.
Inside Out.
Inside
yeah.
Out.
I knew Inside was a part of it.
I was like, "Fuck! Oh God!"
That's really funny.
On a mission I made.
Yeah, I like the idea that during the podcast though we do like a little review where we're just like we're just like sick. Okay, guys, the DoorDash is here.
Oh my God! I heard them put the food down.
They have.
All right, you know what, Sky? Because you've hard carried this episode, close it out.
All right, thank you guys for watching. This was not a banger of an episode, but it was fun. We didn't do a bad job. We could have planned better, I think. But other than that, fun episode. I had a good time talking about BO4. We got the Bajas. Let's go. Did you? You didn't get 3 Bajas, right?
I don't think I had one for Mag.
She probably got like a combo meal or something. Either way, we're talking about the Taco Bell we got now on the pod. This is here. Jack, you're probably not audible. Why did I say your name there? I'm losing it. Thank you guys for watching this podcast. This was fun. Good episode, long one. A lot of good discussion, I think. Good stuff. I'm sure we'll talk about BO4 now. We don't have to dance around our opinions on it, so we can include it in the full discussion now, which is big.
No, we didn't. What? Never mind.
What? What?
I'm stupid. I put in a Baja for you. This is not in the episode anymore. We're gonna cut it. Hold on. I'm doing it.
Oh boy.
Bye, guys. Bye-bye.